Hey, I'm Johnny Pardo and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So, who is this guy apart from he says he's Johnny Pardo in a nice blue t-shirt? Oh, by the way, for those of you who know me, obviously blue's my favourite colour. Those of you who don't know me, blue's my favourite colour. There we go. Anyway, back to the point. Sorry, I do that sometimes. I'm a self-published author on Amazon, so I've got 4 books on there, 4 different fictions. I also write short stories on my website which come out fortnightly, and I also write a lot of self-development information. So going to the self-development information, I believe you have value and purpose, so that's why I like to share this kind of information and hence be starting up a YouTube channel. Okay, so now I just want to talk a little bit about my books. I'll give an outline, a sort of overview of what they are, but I will go into some more of the messages in these books in future videos. Okay, so this first one, Universe of the Lamppost. What a crazy idea. Who came up with that? Oh yeah. Anyway, when I was younger, I always liked to write crazy imagination stories because that's just what brought me joy as a kid. When I grew up through my teenage years, to my later teenage years, when I got into my 20s, I kind of stopped doing that because you go through school and university. And then one day, a few years ago, in my mid-20s, I had a light bulb moment. Why did I stop writing? It must have been something I saw, but then it just hit me. I need to start writing again. And because I like reading children's fiction fantasies, and I always had a good imagination at school, I thought, why not start again? And then I thought back, there used to be a scary looking lamppost outside my window when I was a kid. I don't know if anyone else is scared of lampposts. Probably it's just me. Anyway, I'm not anymore, although sometimes lampposts look a bit scary. Anyway, so I decided to start writing a book on a young boy who gets absorbed into a lamppost and then has to face a number of challenges to actually escape the universe. So I thought, you know, children aged 9 to 12 would quite like reading that. I wrote that and then I decided I wanted to write some more, and this was something I really felt passionate about, and I'll talk about that more in a future video, but you should always follow your passion, what you love. And then I started writing this book, which is another book aimed at children aged 9 to 12, and it's, as the title says, A Different World of School. So this is about 3 young teenagers who find themselves in a different world altogether, and they've got to escape it as an evil headmaster, and they've got to do everything they can in their power to get out of that world. And then I started writing for teen and young adults, and this is my first book, The Edge of Perfection. Now I still wanted to keep writing fantasy adventures, as the first 2 were, but I also got quite interested in real life themes, and Edge of Perfection, as the title suggests, is about perfection and the idea of perfection, that a lot of us strive for it, but actually it's not something we can achieve. We can strive for excellence and achieve excellence, but perfection sometimes can cause negative impacts on us trying to be so perfect all the time, whilst we've just got to appreciate who we are. So I wanted to combine that message with this crazy tale of a young guy who's incredibly talented. He's really intelligent. He's very, very good at tennis. He's a very good sportsman. And also, he's very good looking. However, he works so hard to get perfect, and if he gets anything less than 100%, it's not good enough for him. So he finds out there's a secret perfect potion, and he wants to go and find it, and he does nothing to stop him actually getting that potion. And then my latest book, My Unreal Real World. So that looks quite scary, maybe from the cover. What that's about is about a young boy with borderline personality disorder. So this is looking more at a theme of mental health. Now, why did I write that? I wrote that because a friend of mine who's got BPD actually asked me if I could write a story about BPD. So I felt honoured that someone's asked me to do that, someone's put trust in me. So therefore I use my kind of creative storytelling alongside creating a good message and sort of awareness around BPD. So this young boy has had a very traumatic experience in the first few years of his life, and that brings out lots of challenges in his mind and in real life that he's got to overcome throughout the story. Now, BPD is something that's usually not diagnosed until you're in your early 20s. Not always the case, but generally the case. And in this story, it's actually about him looking back at his life and telling it when he was a young kid, where the BPD was not actually diagnosed, but he knew something was not quite right. So if you're interested in that, I definitely recommend giving that a read. Well, obviously I'd recommend it because I wrote it without being biased. Right, now on to today's topic. So today's topic actually fits in timely with me starting a YouTube channel, and that is making a start / taking action. So, am I going to be perfect or brilliant in this first video? No, absolutely not. But if I keep practicing and taking videos, I'll get better. Now, I've done a lot of research and reading and watching on what makes a good talk, the best people doing speeches, the best videos on social media and YouTube and all of that. Now, you can take in so much information, but it's useless if you don't take action. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm filming myself and putting this on YouTube, and then maybe in 6 months' time or then a year, I can look back and say, wow, I've made an improvement. But if I don't start somewhere, I'm never going to get better. Now, this implies to any area of life. So can you relate to that? Can you think of an area of your life where you're holding back because you think you're not good enough yet and you want to wait until you actually start something? My message to you on that would be, just make a start. And as a brilliant author I read a lot on, Shannon Kaiser says, you learn the way on the way, which means just keep taking action and you'll progress from there. You don't wait for the right moment, just keep taking action. So hopefully you can think of an area in your life that you can relate to that. Okay, so this concludes my first video, but just some more information if you want to find out more about me or any of my books. So if you want to find any of my 4 books, they're on Amazon. Just type in Johnny Pardo. If you want to find out some more information about me, why I've written the books, I explained a little bit here, or my short stories, my blogs, etc., then go onto my website, which is www.johnnypardo.com. I'm also on a couple of bits of social media on Facebook and Instagram. Just type in Johnny Pardo again and you'll be able to find me. So until next time, see you later.